Hey everyone, Ryan here and welcome to the Questlog. Today I'll be talking about the Dragon Quest X Translation Tools, Ahkmon and Clarity. I know many people have been telling me about these tools, and my friends have already done videos on them, which is why I didn't feel the need at the time to make one of my own, but I have been aware of these tools since their conception and I use them quite often, so let's get to it. So the original creator of Ahkmon and Clarity wants to remain anonymous for privacy reasons, so I won't mention his name here. But he is the person that we should thank for making this all possible, and is the reason why the game is getting so much more popular every day, even without Square Enix ever localizing it. So just a little history of the Dragon Quest X Translation Tools. A few years ago, someone on the Dragon's Den forum made a program called DQX Dialogue, which took the in-game text and translated it in Google Translate, which displayed on a text box. The translation was pretty wonky due to it being Google Translate, but it was the best option we had at the time. I actually used DQX Dialogue to translate some of the early version 5 scenes for my review before Ahkmon and Clarity ever came out. Around spring and summer of 2021, the creator of Ahkmon and Clarity made his own version of DQX Dialogue called Ahkmon, which is able to translate more stuff on screen and was also able to use DeepL in Google Translate. DeepL translations were a bit more accurate than Google Translate, but they can get a little more aggressive. I ended up using the early versions of Ahkmon to translate all the voiceover scenes for the version 5 review, and in late 2021 the creator released Clarity, which translates all the menu screens and eventually got it to the point where it was able to translate most of the dialogue boxes. And I remember how big a breakthrough this was, which got so many new players to try out the game. Now the programs are not without their issues. Since Dragon Quest X is an MMO that constantly updates every few months, Clarity ends up being broken after every major update until the team fixes it, which is usually a day or two after every new update, and there are times where Clarity does randomly crash the game, and also Clarity does eat up more of your CPU power, so expect your fans to sound a bit louder while you're using it. And Clarity can't exactly get every line of dialogue or text just yet, so there are times you still need to use Ahkmon with it, and I'm going to show you guys some examples of how the programs work. So I'm logging into my Dragon Quest X account on my PC, and now I'm going to run Ahkmon. Now here's Ahkmon translating this opening text, and now I'm going to open Clarity. Now we wait for Clarity to load up in Python. Now Clarity is working with all the translated menus. And now here's Clarity translating some NPC dialogue. And now here's Clarity translating some cutscene dialogue. And now here's Ahkmon translating some dialogue that hasn't been dumped and translated into the Clarity database yet. Usually this happens when there's a new story update or events, and the team has to manually extract and dump the text. The good news is that the entire game and the story is playable with Ahkmon and Clarity, although the translations from DeepL and Google Translate can get a bit wonky. Luckily the team has been able to dump the game's cutscene dialogue, and we can apply our own translation to make it look closer to an official localization, but there are some limitations which I won't get to here. So we really need more translators to join the Clarity project. Right now it's just me and less than 10 other people, and the majority of those people are the current team who are trying to make sure the program is stable, so we can really use a lot more translators since there is so much text. Well, it's a Dragon Quest game, that's pretty much expected to have so much text. So if you want to join the Dragon Quest X translation project, join our Dragon Quest X worldwide Discord server, which I run, and we'll guide you through the entire process. The link is down below in the description. And sadly, Ahkmon and Clarity only work for the PC version of the game, so they won't work on the Switch or PS4 versions. Also, use Ahkmon and Clarity at your own risk, and we are not responsible for what happens to your Dragon Quest X account while using them. Nothing bad has happened yet since Square Enix doesn't really go after mods like in Final Fantasy XI and 14, and Ahkmon and Clarity load into the game's memory without altering any of the files, and we know altering files is a big no-no, but knock on wood. Personally, I've been using the tools for over a year and still use them to this day, so I've been okay so far. And I realized with the advent of these tools, I wouldn't have to keep making Dragon Quest X review videos since we didn't have these tools yet when I started playing. Now you guys can start making your own Dragon Quest X content, and probably more accurate and much better than anything I've ever made since I've had to work with far less resources back in the day. And even better, you guys can help translate the game with us, so we can provide a full English experience for all the fans who've been dying to play this game since 2012. So if you want to get started playing Dragon Quest X and use the English translation tools, my friend Seth has all the information you need at his website at DQXabbey.com, and I'll provide that link in the description below. Alright, so that wraps up this episode of the Questlog about the Dragon Quest X translation tools. I hope to see you all in game and maybe help us translate the game too. See you later, Questers. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to check out these other videos, and also make sure to follow me on social media and check out the official Battle Geek Plus website. Take care.